Hi, good afternoon. It's Gene from maverickstar Observatory. Guys, I'm absolutely buzzing at our latest page on our website. You know, Earth Health at a glance. You can quickly check lots of variables, and a lot of this stuff is bespoke to our observatory only. For instance, the muon per hour per square metre. That number comes from our own muon detectors. There's going to be a bit of a theme in this video. I'll get to it in a minute. But a lot of this stuff, like the longitude and latitude of the magnetic north pole position, the radiation background count, the oxygen atmospheric quantity in percentage, and the atmospheric CO2, all come from equipment that we've got here in the UK at the observatory. So when I change that data on a Wednesday, I've switched on several pieces of equipment to get that information. That's bespoke equipment to our observatory. You try and find another observatory with that same data on there: muons, CO2, atmospheric oxygen, position of the magnetic north pole, and then not only that, we've got down at the bottom there Hong Kong, Canada, Gold Coast, Perth, Australia, Tuscan, Arizona, magnetometer data that tells us that these regions are stable, because we haven't seen, you know, big fluctuations other than what we are seeing in the Canada region right now, and we're going to see that continually drop. And we've seen that you know, reassured by the World Magnetic Organization on this NOAA's department, reassuring us that that is the case. So here's the deal: you've got a scientist as opposed to just somebody who's a freelance researcher giving you the information, building the equipment here so that you get the truth of what is taking place. Now, if you go back over the months that we've been now doing the Earth Health at a glance, you will see that there's not much change taking place in any of these figures, really, so to speak. But the only way we was able to bring that information to you is by getting the equipment, recording the data accurately and truthfully, and uploading it to the website. Some of the information you won't get anywhere, and some of it you will. Like, you can go onto NASA's homepage, find out what's going on with solar activity, if there's sunspots, what's the geomagnetic field condition and the solar X-rays, etc. All those things you'll get information on. You won't get information of the jet stream conditions unless a scientist tells you what they are. And we know, because of the subtropical and polar jet stream mixing as they are, creating these many floods that we're experiencing right now and destroying crops in turn, we know that is the case. And you can't find things like that on other websites. It's not just on the website, it's on our YouTube channel. You know, there's a lot of people that call themselves researchers, and you know, you have to understand one thing: there's a lot of regurgitation of information that's put up out on the website going on these other channels on the YouTube platform. And you know, they invest their money and time in production equipment. That's why their videos look a lot better than mine do. I invest my time and money in equipment using the scientific method. There's the big difference. That's where you get you know, the refined truth from. You know, you can talk about it or you can be proactive. I hope you agree. That's why a lot of people support us here, is because we are that little bit extra. We're not just regurgitating trash on, you know, Google. We're actually showing people, based on the equipment, using the scientific method, what the actual account is. That's the scientific method. That's what we're using here. As opposed to a researcher, you've got yourself a scientist at your disposal. And we have an observatory which is international. No two ways about it. And the only way we've been able to do that, guess what, is from a few like-minded people like Doug, Alex recently, Jim recently, Bob, Jen, Kathy, Susan from San Francisco, Brian, Carl, just you can reel these people off on just less than two hands. That's how many people really do support the observatory. These people are dedicated to seeing us carry on with the information that we put out for you guys, so that it's not like mainstream media is going to get a chunk of information related to the anomalies that are taking place that we cover and pull the wool over your eyes, because simply all you have to do is come here on a Wednesday for the latest update of the health of this planet. There's a lot more things we can add to this, and I dare say we will at some point. We may even put it in an app that we can get some algorithms going, or some program writ where we can link all this up to a master, like the CO2 can be situated permanently outside, and you can see a live update. That could be something happening in the future at this observatory. And likewise, the magnetic North Pole position. Now that'd be really interesting, because you would see it wandering around in circles daily, but gradually moving towards the direction of Russia. And those longitude and latitude numbers would be fluctuating if we could do that. But that would require a lot of time, a lot of investment, and like I say, nothing is impossible, as we found out through building the Trimag system. Originally we set out ourselves to at first get a company to build it for us. We soon realised we would never in a month of Sundays be able to afford to do it. The costs was over £100,000, so we did it ourselves, or should I say, I did it myself. Put myself through the pain of learning programming, which isn't easy, something I hated doing. But look what we've done now, guys. We've used the programming skills I've got now to build the Luminox sensor, which gives us the atmospheric oxygen. We've done it to build the magnetometers that are all around the world. We've built the Trimag system. And there really is no limit other than the support that we get. And it's down to this, I see it every day. I see it every single day on YouTube. People getting massive amounts of support, and what they deliver really to people is shocking. What people get from what they fund is just surprising. We tried to do something a little bit different here, and you guys know that. What we tried to do was use a standard scientific model of gathering the information and recording it and doing that honestly. And that's why, when we look at even today, at a glance, Earth Health, we can compare that with last month, and there's some things that I find really strange. Like last month, the CO2 content in parts per million was exactly the same as what it was today, and was so I thought the muons was the same, but they're not. Obviously, we got 541 muons. Last month we had 517, so nearly the same. But a lot of this stuff, as you'll see, just fluctuates marginally, and that's the accurate recording of it, and honestly recording of it. I don't want to start manipulating these figures to make it look good. It's not the way we do things here. We don't invest a lot of money on expensive cameras, microphones, background screens to make it all look beautiful. What you get is what you get, really, and that is the information you need. You don't need the Hollywood Mary Poppins production. It would be nice to add that at a later date. Obviously it would require a lot more money. We tried to raise it. We wasn't very successful in getting that equipment. We wanted to take it to the next level to improve the content, but you know what, you can't beat a good meal, and that you agree we deliver that here every time. We deliver things like the at a glance Earth's Health and all the other information that we do cover on this channel. So the bottom line is that there is a lot more we can do. We can cover a lot more topics, a lot more anomalies, but it requires a few more people than what I mentioned. You know, we need to really start seeing the patron numbers increase, because for almost a year they've been fluctuating around 150 patrons. You know, those are there every month like clockwork, and what we need to do is really double that figure. What I'd love to do is share some of the work with somebody else. In an ideal world, I would love to employ someone to do some of the work that we cover here, and, you know, improve the content at the same time. But the only way we're going to do that is by growing the YouTube channel, growing the amount of people that come to the website, and more importantly, what we need is people not to overlook the fact that there's a donate button there, because we get 7,000 people, but just a couple of people a week donate. That's like 28,000 people a month, and like 8 people donate just off the website. And that's where all the gold is, guys. So I will end the video here, guys. Earth Health at a Glance, if you want to go onto the website, is there, poleshiftnews.com, and there's a link down here in the description if you want to support what we do. I'll leave it up to you whether you think that that's a worthwhile thing to support. And I'll say what I usually do, guys. You have an amazing day, as always. Bye for now.